Hey everyone, I just thought I'd give you a quick update on the garden situation. We had a beautiful rain last night. Actually, it was quite a bit, so it was really nice. We still got a little clouds here, so it's a little humid in El Paso. So I want to give you a quick update on how things are going. There's a nice pollinator. And we have him going around, pollinating everything. Very nice. I'll just take you down the line. These are Mexican petunias. They grow, these flowers are actually 24 hours. They're almost like a daylily. They have a beautiful purple flower, and they arrive and go just as quickly. So this is my sashito and my bell peppers. You can see flowers all over the place. You can see the difference between the two sizes. Aloe vera. And this is my aloe vera is got some flowers here. And then we have some bell pepper. And then we have some more flowers on our bell peppers here. And then this is a sashito pepper. You can see here we got plenty of sashitos coming along. Those are nice. This is our new little Luna. Hey Luna. Hey. Hi. And then these are called yellow bells. That's just a plant, but it's beautiful flowers most of the year. My lemon balm here, so this is kind of coming along very nicely. And then chamomile, the chamomile's flowering, so it's looking pretty good. I got some more yellow bells. And now we'll get into the the madness of this garden. It is quite crazy right now. Actually, it's interesting because a lot of it is pretty much growing exactly the way it should be growing. I'm going to point out a few things. There's all that kale. I do have asparagus for Andy. This is how the asparagus grows. I'm letting it fern because you can see the size of the stalks. So tomatillo, and I want to show you how the Brussels sprouts are coming along. Those are coming along really nicely. Real big ones starting to come out. And I'm going to show you the disappointment of the year, which is my broccoli. Wah, wah, wah. So that's not doing very well. And I'm really disappointed. I'm going to do some research on this. It was a big, huge, long stalk. And then this is as much of the broccoli. So I'm going to pull those out. The onions are doing great. You can see here, we've got a nice onion here. That's going to be the way you pull onions. Once the onions start to turn brown like this, that the whole thing, you'll start to, that'll be the time that you're going to pull those out. My cilantro has flowered. You can see here, this is the seeds that eventually. So I'm letting this go ahead and seed out. So I'm going to keep these seeds for next year. So that's what these flowers are, and then they go into the seeds. And we have. Oh, I want to show you here. We've got some bell peppers coming in. We got 2 bell peppers there, really nice, coming along. And then take a look at these sashito peppers. These are amazing. Can't wait to eat some of these. Look at the size of these in here, if you can. Yeah. So sashito peppers. Let's see if I can. There you go. There's a nice one right there. So. And then, as you can tell, this plant, for whatever reason, just didn't do good. But everything around it seemed to do pretty good. So I have my basil. It's growing still. Remember, we're topping this off, right? So when you see these flowers here, okay, so you're going to take that and top that off so that it continues to grow. So when you see those, you just top those off, and the whole plant continues to grow. My cucumbers are doing pretty well back here. And these are my green beans. You can see the beautiful flowers on those. I'm still waiting for green beans. These are pole beans. Remember, these are the ones that I planted in the ground here. And then these green beans, they got some kind of a disease and just didn't do well. So that will help us for next year. Look at the tomatoes we got. These are my beefsteak tomatoes. We got tomatoes coming along on different sides of the plant all over. And we're keeping an eye on those far as for any caterpillars or any worms or anything, you always want to check those. Now, if you remember probably last week, we were looking at how these tomato plants, how you want to kind of prune them. And you notice here again, right there where we call it the armpit, right out there is where another one of those stalks is coming out. So we're going to pull that out. And then this one grew pretty quickly. So again, so there's the main stalk here, and then it comes out in branches, and then you see here. So we're just gonna, when they're small enough like that, you can just pull those out. But if they're bigger, you want to pluck them. So same thing, you look here, we got the flower here, we got the armpit there, and then there's another one that's growing out. So you want to pull that out. You don't want that growing, because then all it's going to do is continue to have green. Again, here's my broccoli. Very disappointed in this. Big, huge, long stalks. And then we have a little tiny baby broccoli. In there, we got all of our carrots that are coming in. I've got Swiss chard that's doing pretty well. And here's one of my fun things that has been doing very well. Of course, our little experiment with our repurposed piece of I guess you know, something that you can just buy at Home Depot. And then we have these beautiful, we call them the sugar baby watermelons. So they sit, and again, this is how this works, right? They just kind of sit right here. As they get big and they start to get heavy, like this one here, then they just sit right in there. So that's pretty cool. So far, I am not sure what's happening with we have a lot of flowers, but we're having nothing with our spaghetti squash. So you see here, this was a spaghetti squash that just kind of dried up. But again, we've gotten tons and tons of flowers, but I'm just not getting anything happening with the spaghetti squash yet. So if you're going to grow tomatillos, be careful. You see the jungle? Welcome to the jungle. Well, this is it right here. This is the tomatillos have taken over. And again, in between, which is not the best way to have things, I have some basil down here, but it's doing pretty well. Beans are growing back there, and they're growing up the stalk, so that's pretty good. And then again, I have carrots anywhere you can plant somewhere. The beans have gotten brown, so now we're gonna take those beans and open those up, and then we'll see what kind of beans we'll have maybe for next year or eat. Again, there's a beautiful purple flower from the green beans. So we have 1, 2, 3 watermelons coming. Another one that's not doing so hot, and that might be because of either disease or water. And we have plenty of flowers coming along. Oh, look, here's a. I'll be careful. Oh, you missed them here. There's a pollinator. I'm going to show you a pollinator here. But you can see here, there's a little tomatillo kind of coming along there. Our zucchini is doing extremely well. And you see here what I'm doing, the differences between the zucchinis, okay? I'm growing the zucchini up a trellis or in the tomato cage, because they'll grow, which one of them I didn't get a chance to do. And I don't know if you can see this or not, you really can't, but this one is growing long ways, but this one and my other one is growing up. So you can see it better here. So see how you just grow it straight up, because it is a vining plant. You got plenty of area for the bees and all that kind of stuff to come in and pollinate. I have cantaloupe back there that's growing okay, even though it's pretty much shaded. And then actually behind there is I have a regular tomato plant, and then we have also a pepper plant. So that's the garden, and doing pretty well so far. Oh, wait a minute, take a look. I was just about to shut off, and look, this is why you want to always come out here and take a look. What does that look like? Put it in the comment bar if you know what kind of worm this is. So what we do with this worm, we take them off. They don't bite. I just don't want him to be on me. So you know what we're gonna do? I got plenty of these. So tell me what kind of worm this is. And then we're gonna take this and we're gonna, instead of like really killing them, we're gonna give them to the, we're gonna be nice and give it to the birds, but not my dogs. So if you know what that worm is, put in the comments box. I'd love to know if you are knowing your worms. Okay, so have a great day. God bless you guys.